Locher Airfield was created in 2005 and is located in the Sartel Valley of Italy, the largest municipality in South Tyrol. This private airfield, owned by Gebhard Locher, is located at an altitude of 2,600 feet. The approach to the 1,433-foot grass runway is difficult due to a series of high-level cables that must be cleared just before the final approach. The runway is sloped with sections varying from a 4 to 12% incline. Locher Airfield is only open to pilots who are personally known to Gebhard himself, his way of ensuring that only sufficiently skilled pilots are authorized to land at his airfield. The airport has no ICAO code, and in ForeFlight it is identified as BZ03. Bolzano Airport to Locher Airfield covers a grand total of 9 nautical miles. Locher Airfield, we are on our way. From Bolzano Airport, you have the option to depart from runway 1 or runway 19. We are departing from runway 19. When departing from runway 19, we must make a 180-degree turn to head north towards the Locher Airfield. In the lower left-hand corner, we have the external camera views on the iPad, and in the upper right, we use ForeFlight to monitor our flight position. We now begin our 180-degree turn to head north to Locher Airfield. We quickly run up our ground speed to over 200 knots. This aircraft has a climb performance of 3,200 feet per minute at 130 knots. The cruise performance is 195 knots indicated. We now twist around the edge of this mountain ridge. We are now on the heading to run down the center of the valley. Easing back a bit on the power as we enter the valley. We are below 175 knots indicated, so we can set the flaps to 10 degrees. And below 155 knots indicated, and set the flaps to 20 degrees. Continually bleeding off airspeed and maintaining about 500 feet above the ground.
500.
And finally below 125 knots indicated, and we set the flaps to full, which is 30 degrees.
500.
The winds are calm this morning. Still maintaining 500 feet above the ground. Ideally, we would touch down at about 70 knots. Now our landing surface is rough in the sim, so to minimize any bounce, we need to reduce the airspeed to just above 60 knots. Once again, in case you missed it, ideally we would aim to touch down at 70 knots. Now our landing surface is rough in the sim, so to minimize the bounce, we will reduce the airspeed to just above 60 knots at touchdown. And there you have the introduction to Locher Airfield in the Pocket Rocket. Thanks for watching.